What up, peeps? It's your boy, Church Boy, back again with another video just for you. How y'all doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well out there, man. Hope and pray you guys are doing well. Tonight, I'm not going to be, reacting to any music, man. I really, I was going through the comment section and I've seen comments similar to this before. But man, today it kind of set me off a little bit. And of course, I'm not the angry type guy. I think I'm a stoic individual. I try to handle every situation, every adverse situation with care. But this person kind of insinuated that I was associated with MAGA. He insinuated that I was down with Trump and MAGA, and it's like, and it's all because of what's behind me here, this flag. I believe he's not the first person who said or typed that in the comment section, and I've had people in the past question, hey, why do you have that flag back there? Why do you have that flag? And I want to tell you why I have this flag behind me. But before I get there, I want to say that I'm a Christian. All right. I'm not ashamed of that. Furthermore, I'm a Christian, and I want to say that I would never force my religion on anyone. I have never done that. I'm not that type of guy. I would never say, hey, I can't be around anyone who's not Christian. It'll never happen. I don't have that type of mindset. When I wake up in the morning, I'm a human being. When I go to sleep at night, I'm a human being. Before you're anything else, before you associate yourself with a particular political party, with any sexual preference, with any religion, you're a human being. You're a human first. I don't care what anyone says. You're a living and breathing human. And that's what matters to me. Humanity. I got to say that my best friend right now, although I'm a Christian, my best friend right now does not believe in God. But because he's an outstanding human being, an upstanding, phenomenal individual, we are great friends. We've been friends for years, and we'll probably be friends forever because he's a good human being. I don't care what religion, what race, who you lay with, what political party you choose. Who cares? I don't care about that. Furthermore, I choose not to associate myself with a particular political party because when people do that, I notice when people do that, they like their political party can't do any wrong in their eyes. It's like everyone, no matter what side you choose, their party can do no wrong. And I saw that years and years ago, and it's like I don't want any parts of that. I don't want that. Because people make mistakes. People mess up. And we can get into the particulars if you like, because I love politics. I really do. But yeah, this individual, was insinuating that I was, a Trumper, a MAGA guy. And it's like, man, why? Because I rep the flag? Because I rep America? When did repping America become offensive? When did repping America draw that line in the sand politically? I thought we all loved America. I want to talk a little bit as to how I came to this mindset. Of course, those of you who've been watching me for a while, you guys know that. And you guys know that I came up in the projects. Before everybody says, yo, you live in the hood. You can't, bro. Nah, man, I ain't coming over there. You live in the hood. This was years and years ago. I would try to invite my friends over to my house. Like, hey, come over to my house. Let's hang out at my house for a little while. Nah, where do you live? Oh, no, man, we're not coming over there. I lived in the hood. But before that, I lived in the projects. All right. If you guys don't know what the projects are, there's a term or a term that's been thrown around for years and years. It's called the ghetto. All right. I lived in the ghetto for a while with both of my parents, mind you. Both of my parents in the house on welfare, living in the ghetto. And if you guys don't know what the ghetto is a horrible place. I mean, all day, all night, you're hearing babies crying. You're hearing people fight. You're hearing people have sex. You're hearing people shoot at each other. You're hearing people argue all day, every day, all night, every night. Constant riffraff in the ghetto. Both of my parents, mind you. I just said I had both of my parents in the ghetto. On welfare, on food stamps, government assistance, waiting in the free cheese line to get milk, bread, eggs, cereal, cheese. Waiting on the wick man to bring us a crate of food, cereal, powdered eggs. And I watch my dad. I watch my dad every day. He has so much pride. I watched him. I watched the embarrassment on his face. Whenever the guy came to drop off the cereal and milk and the cheese, whenever we had to stand in those lines, I watched the embarrassment on his face. He was ashamed. That's not the life he wanted for his children. And I watch my dad every day work towards his goals. He didn't want his children to see him on welfare and depend on the government for a handout. That wasn't his mindset. I watched my dad respond to the situation. I saw him get a job. I saw him apply to college, put himself through college, and pay for it himself. I watched my mom apply to college and pay for it herself. My parents continuously gave us the message that you can be whatever you want to be in America. You can do whatever you want to do. If you got a dream, go after it. And not only just telling us, but showing us through their actions. I watched my parents go from sucking on the teat of the government to living a pretty solid life. To go from welfare to buying a home without government assistance. Showing us that we can do the same thing. So when I became an adult, I applied what I saw to my life. I saw my parents work and put themselves through school. And I followed my dad's teachings. Hey, I can be anything I want to be. I can do whatever I want to do because I live in America. And I did the same thing. I worked and I put myself through school. Graduated with honors because I saw that example of my dad telling me I can be or do anything in this great country. But little did I know there was someone else watching. There was someone else watching. I'm going to come back to that. I've had so many people in my family serve in the armed forces. Have uncles in Vietnam. 2 brothers in the Gulf War. And not long after that, my niece serving those years in Iraq. And I was so worried about her when she came back from Iraq. I was so worried. You guys heard me talk about my niece before, man. But I was so worried about her, you know, over there serving, fighting for this country. She would call me every now and again, like, "Hey, Uncle P, I'm doing okay. I want to let you know I did this, I did that, I learned this, I learned that." I was so proud of her for serving and fighting for our country. I would pray every night that God allowed her to make it back. She made it back. She made it back, man. And I was so relieved when I saw her. We had a big party. We had a huge party. And I talked to her. I talked to her for a long time that night. And don't get me wrong, she was messed up. She was messed up from the war. It took her a long time to recover mentally. She was whole physically, but it took her a long time to recover mentally. But I talked to her the night she came back because we had this big party. Everyone was drinking and everyone was partying like, yes, she's back, you know, and it was a joyous occasion. But we had a conversation that night, me and her. And I mentioned to her how proud I was of her. Like, I'm proud of you. I'm so glad you made it back. We're so fortunate to have you back. And she expressed to me why she went and fought. She never told me before. I chewed her out when she chose to go serve. I chewed her out. Why are you serving? Why are you fighting? And when she came back, she told me why she served. And my dad had already died by then. My dad died at an early age. My dad had already died a couple years before that, before she returned. And she told me that she was influenced by my dad. Not that he told her or asked her to go serve in the army, because it wasn't that. She saw his drive and his love for America, and him teaching her that she can do whatever she wants because she lives in America. You can be whatever you want because you live in America. And that stuck with her. She was filled with pride and honor. And she not only wanted to be a good citizen of America, she decided to serve America. And I didn't know that until that night. I didn't know my dad, Pawpaw to her, was such an influence. Me sitting here at that time thinking that I'm doing good by my dad by going to college and graduating and getting out in the workforce and contributing to society. I'm thinking I'm following the American dream and doing what my dad taught me to do. I thought I was doing something. But my niece was the one. She was, hey, no, let's not only work in America, let's serve America. And I didn't know. I didn't know. My brother, similar story. My brother who served in the Gulf War. Same story. Similar thing. Loves America. Would do anything for America. This is why I love America. I remember worrying about my brother, serving over there in war. We didn't think he was going to come home. And I remember it was about 2 a.m. I was laying on the couch, right by the living room, like right in the living room by the door. It was about 2 a.m. and it was banging on the door, and it was super cold. It was January. It's the Midwest, so it was January. It was double cold. Banging on the door, and I looked through the peephole, and I was stunned. Oh, I was shocked. Like, bro. And he yelled at me. He said, "Open the door, stupid." And it kind of snapped me back into reality. But I was stunned. Like, what? You made it back? I couldn't believe it. I was just looking like, what? What? This is why I love America. This is why I rep America. There are some people who wear Dallas Cowboys gear every day. Dallas is going to disappoint them. There are some people who wear Cleveland Browns gear every day. Cleveland Browns are going to disappoint them. America? Nah, man. America's what you make it. Literally, there are people dying to be in this country. There are people attempting to trek across that border on a daily basis for a chance at the American dream. I'll be a fool if I didn't rep this great country. I'm not a Trumper. I'm not a MAGA guy. I love America. And it should not be offensive to love America. What's wrong with that? I can easily put the Dallas Cowboys logo up there. I can put a Michigan State logo right there, Ohio State logo right there, Nebraska Cornhuskers logo right there. But for what? I want to rep America. And I don't believe anyone should be offended in me doing so. Y'all let me know if I'm crazy. Am I going crazy? I don't know, man. Just me watching my parents fight through the madness. Starting off on government assistance. Living in the ghetto. Getting jobs. Applying for college. Getting accepted. Working their way through college and paying for it out of their own pockets. How American can you get? That's the American dream. And because I followed the American dream, now I'm not saying I'm this or that or successful or anything, because I'm not. But because my dad gave me the hope, gave me a plan, showed me a blueprint as to how to be successful in life. My kids don't have to grow up in the projects. They don't have to be on welfare. They don't have to stand in the free food line like I did. My dad was playing the long game. And I'm forever proud of him for that. He told me I can be whatever I wanted to be, that I can do whatever I wanted to do because I was an American. He drilled that into us, not only his sons and daughters, but his grandkids. He told us we can do whatever we wanted to do. This is America. We should be proud of it, is what he said. And that's why. That's why I rock the flag. That's why you don't see a team there. You don't see the Cleveland Browns there. You don't see, Nebraska there. You don't see the Dallas Cowboys there. You see America there, because that's what I'm proud of. That's what I'm proud of, America. And no one can ever make me ashamed to rock the flag. You can't make me do that. And I'm not really trying to take a shot at the person who recently insinuated that I was a MAGA guy, because I always look on the bright side. Call me Mr. Brightside. I do believe this guy's heart was in the right place. I do believe his heart was in the right place. But unfortunately, you're wrong, bro. I love everyone. I love everyone. I love you too, bro. It's no hard feelings, no. Nah, man, you cool. But don't ever think that I'm a MAGA guy or I've chosen a side because I rock the flag. No way. I don't care what political party you choose. Just be a good human being. Just be a good person, and I rock with you. Now let me know what y'all think. Let me know. I want to know what y'all think, man. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But above anything else, love each other. Take care of each other. Peace. God bless.